Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to introduce to you that I have the company of the very splendid, the very marvellous, the devilishly handsome, of course, and incredibly talented Mr. Tom Smith. Hello, Tom.
Hello, how you doing? Thanks for having me on, man.
Pleasure, dear boy, as always. So, I like to start usually with, for those of you who don't know you, who haven't met you, haven't seen you around, would you please explain who, what, and how you are?
Well, my name's Tom. I'm a brunette.
I like long walks on the beach,
yeah.
romantic midnight strolls.
I've not been in the Essex music scene that long, really. I guess it's mainly like 4 or 5 years I've been in the scene. But yeah, I've just in that time I've met lots and lots of people. Managed to join a fair few bands. Some would say too many bands.
No such thing.
And I've just played guitar for 17 years now, since I was 13. And I'm now seems like only yesterday I picked it up. But and I've studied at university and college, got a diploma and a degree in the performance of guitar and stuff like that.
Nice.
Which is cool.
So you're a proper musician.
Well, they say that, yeah. I certainly was when I left. I'm not so sure now. I've forgotten a lot of stuff, you know.
Not like us bungling bumders kicking about trying to get 3 chords together.
Yeah, well, it's all about the ear, you know. So,
yeah.
But yeah, no, it's good. I just love playing live, basically. That's me in a nutshell. Love playing guitar, play anywhere to anyone, with anyone, you know. So that's it.
Well, apparently Chris is saying that you're an imposter.
Oh yes,
yeah.
Imposter.
Said, hey,
I certainly am.
Yeah, Lee said, hey, look at this, that guitar, some HeKz. It looks like that Tommy Gunn from Sounds Better Naked.
Yeah, that's right. I'm a musical schizophrenic, I think. That's what it is.
And hello, BG Solo, your first time on the live stream. Good to have you with us. Thank you for joining in. And your hair is looking good, Dave Ham says. So,
oh, well, there you
go. Got some beautiful flowing locks. Well done. I'm jealous.
The headphones. I've had to put headphones on this time, so it's holding it back.
Rather than just going,
yeah.
Big bouffant.
Can't see my face then. Just, yeah.
Right. So I think we should start at the beginning.
Okay.
So, Tom, where did music start for you in life?
I've always been surrounded with music from my dad growing up in the house, because he used to love playing Queen and Led Zeppelin and all the heavy rock bands.
Oh, good boy.
That I didn't really appreciate at the time. I just thought it was a noise at the time when I was younger. My mum played a lot of George Michael and Simply Red, all that kind of stuff, Eagles. So I always had those things going on. So I just really loved that sound. And the first thing I got into was keyboard, actually, when I was in primary school.
Okay.
So I must have started playing when I was 7 or 8, maybe. Just a little digital Yamaha rubbish keyboard, you know.
Did it have one of those bossa nova?
Oh yes, yeah. And you'd accidentally hit it when you were doing a prepper piece. You'd accidentally hit that. Oh man, I ruined it. You know. But yeah, I did a few assembly performances with that. So that was pretty cool. It was like my first gig, I guess you could say. I was at primary school, playing in front of the school, which is 150 people in the whole school. So it was, that's a bit bigger crowd than most of my bands get now.
I was going to say, yeah, I know the feeling. How the mighty fall.
Yeah. So yeah, I just did that for a while, but then I kind of realised that wasn't the sound that I wanted to make. It wasn't really doing it for me. Okay. So I just kind of gave it up. And I thought I just didn't really know what I wanted to do, sort of thing. And then when I was 13, when I was in secondary school, I just saw some mates of mine playing about on guitars. I thought, that looks pretty cool. I want to do that. And it's as simple as that. I just saw them having fun. And then I thought, I want to do that. So I did. And then my mate, Scott Anderson, introduced me to a lot of bands, like and guitarists like Steve Vai, Joe Satriani, Yngwie Malmsteen, all those guys, Dream Theater, all that kind of stuff. And then it just kind of propelled from there, really.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah, and then it's just been guitar ever since. And that's it. That's, yeah.
Excellent. So we've had a few people say hello. So I've actually managed to send Tom the chat, so Tom can actually respond in real time. Look at that. You're quite popular.
Hi, Dave. Hi, Jess. Holly Chicks.
Is Jess
Hello.
downstairs?
Yeah, she is. Yeah, I
Yeah.
can't hear her though. She can probably hear me.
When
Yeah,
I popped
hi,
round,
everyone.
I popped round the other day, and she was just standing at the front in a towel.
That's
That was
right.
it.
We've just been in the pool. As yeah, and I was
Oh,
commando actually.
rock star, you.
Yeah, no, in the pool on an inflatable unicorn. It doesn't get much more rock and roll than that.
That's what dreams are made of. Good man, you
Awesome.
hero. So, what age would you say that you started taking? What age did you pick up the guitar first of all, and what was your first guitar?
My first guitar was a Squire. I've still got it actually. I still use it for lessons.
Yeah.
Take that one as my first ever guitar. It's a Squire acoustic.
Oh man.
I couldn't tell you what it's called, but yeah, it stood the test of time.
Mm.
It's got on the fretboard. It's actually got a like dents in the paintwork where I've not cut my nails and I've been playing a D chord, and you can just see the three imprints of a D, and you can see like the A there as well and the A minor. So always cut your nails, kids, when you play guitar. It really does save the paintwork and the finish.
Or don't, because then when you become famous and you die, and so you can hand that guitar down to someone,
That's
they go,
true.
"Look at this! It's even got the original fret cheese in there from when they were last playing." And that stuff's worth its weight in gold.
Yeah, nice. That's a good point. I didn't think of that.
Yeah, never clean your guitars, mate. All the old
Yeah.
dandruff and bits of muck that build up. That's rock
Yeah.
legacy. That is.
Nice. That's a good word for it. Legacy.
Yeah, and it's
we'll go with
also
that.
also means you don't have to bother cleaning your guitars because that's just
Yeah.
too much hassle. So, when did you take guitar sort of seriously? When did you really think this is what I want to do, and start putting all the time and effort in?
I think about 14 and 15, really. So I've sort of got one when I was 13, and then sort of fiddled about with it for a bit, kind of put it down for a bit. But it was when I was about 14, 15 and really took it seriously. Then when I was 17, I went to college in Southend, which was diabolical. So I dropped
I was going to
out.
say Southend in general is fairly diabolical, let alone college.
Yeah, I was turning up to the lessons more than the teachers were.
Oh,
So
great.
it was often just me, no one else in the class. But I did meet some really cool people there, who I'm still in touch with actually, and they're awesome musicians as well.
Mm.
But yeah, so I dropped out of there, and then I went to the Guitar Institute, and that was probably when I was 18, 19. That was probably the proper serious moment.
So what was
when I
your
went there.
what was your playing level like? Because obviously for a lot of people, was it quite a jump for you, like a bit of a shock to the system, or were you competent enough already to be able to sort of handle what was going to be thrown at you?
It was quite a jump,
Yeah.
really. Yeah. I mean, what the exam to get in was, can you play this scale, like the Mixolydian mode, in two positions in the key of A, for example? And I go, yeah, because I'd studied that. And then it was, you had to prepare your own performance piece. And I think I played the Lemon Song by Led Zeppelin.
Oh, okay.
I think I played that. That was quite cool. And they were like, yeah, that's good. They said you're going to learn a lot, but at the moment you're good enough to be on the first rung of the ladder, sort of thing. And then, of course, you get those guys in there who are really cocky and like, yeah, I know all the licks already. I'm just here to get the certificate. And they were shot down immediately. And then there's me going, I know I'm going to be rubbish to start with, but I'll make it through. And I actually remember one of the teachers right at the end, someone asked him, how long would it take you to learn all the stuff in the diploma course if you were to do it by yourself? And he said, at least 10 years plus. And we did it in 1 year. So that's how intense that was.
Holy shit.
So that was really intense. I mean, a lot of that stuff I haven't actually fully got to grips with yet.
No, I can imagine it's such a bombardment of information.
Yeah. Yeah, is there anything, all the styles, you did 4 weeks on each style. So it's like 4 weeks of reggae, 4 weeks of country, and, and even that was like you're just getting over the reggae thing. I've got this, and then you move into something else.
Yeah.
It's always on your toes. So that was probably the first properly serious moment of my guitar career, if you like.
So was there a particular style that you were introduced to that you were surprised that you enjoyed?
Yeah, country.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You can't go wrong
Yeah.
with a bit of country.
There's some fabulous players in there. I mean, they're just so Yeah, it's there's the thing that struck me was there's no vibrato in country. In proper country, you just have to let the
No.
note lie flat,
Yeah.
and that's really it's really hard to do that when you come from a metal rock background. You just
Yeah.
want to wrench it
exactly.
all the time, you know. And jazz as well. I hated jazz with an absolute passion for the first few years.
Mm.
It's only in the very last bit of the third year of the degree I thought, actually, I'm kind of getting this now. And then I joined a jazz quartet, and I thought, this is really fun. It's really fun to play. Maybe I probably wouldn't listen to it all by choice, but to actually play it, it's really, really fun.
Is it just a
Oh
technical?
no, I've said that out loud, haven't I? Oh God, reputation ruined.
Okay. Yeah. Nothing to see here. Nothing to hear
Yeah.
here. Anyone? It was a brain fart.
That's
Yeah, he
right,
didn't
yeah.
mean it. It doesn't mean anything by it. Honestly,
Yeah,
he's rocked down to the core.
That's right. I actually call metal jazz sometimes, so that's what happened there.
Yeah, yeah. You want to be careful there.
Yeah.
You can make enemies easily like that.
Yeah.
So, what is it about jazz that you found? Was it just the fact of what a challenge it was, and it was something that you really had? Because is jazz isn't something that I would have thought comes naturally to people because there's so much going on in there. Surely.
Yeah, I just found I found the chords really cool because you haven't got to use the whole chord. Instead of using whole 6 strings, you can just use 3. And I'm very much a shape player with
Yeah.
I like all that's like a triangle, that's the kind of rectangle there and stuff like that. And the chords, when you string them together, is to make these really interesting shapes, and you think, oh, that's quite cool.
Yeah.
It's quite cool to sequence that. So I found that quite interesting. I never really could solo in jazz. I still can't. It's just really difficult.
Yeah. What about
but
how
yeah.
did you find soloing in country? Because obviously there's a lot of the country players. The one thing I love about listening to them is the fact that they come up with such interesting sort of scales and lines and everything when they're playing, and especially something like you're a Brad Paisley fan.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Great player.
And yeah, it's so cheeky,
yeah.
isn't it? And it's just you
Yeah.
can almost hear the humour that's going on in there when
Yeah,
they play.
absolutely. Yeah. Yeah.
So how
Yeah.
do you find that? Do you find sort of that style of playing quite easy, or
Not at all. No, it's quite a tricky style to get into. I mean, don't really consider myself a country player. I kind of dabble. Can do some of the double stop stuff and, a bit of hybrid picking or chicken picking sort of thing, but I only dabble.
Yeah.
But at the time, and I mean, this is a long time ago, I actually studied it. It was, I was starting to get right at it, I think. But it's a very different approach to playing metal stuff and rock stuff, because it's more disciplined, I think, than those styles. Perhaps, I don't know. But yeah.
I think so. And there's also a completely different sort of tonality, isn't there, to the playing, a completely different feel. And I think, is it also the fact that there seems to be I hear so many different influences when you listen to country. Say there's some sort of jazzy influences in there as well, isn't there? There's blues influences. Sort of country incorporates so many different styles in one go.
Yeah, it definitely does, and it's really hard to get a good clean tone. Actually, I found that because you can just whack on a distortion pedal and just have a little tweak, and it's like, oh, that's pretty good. But getting a proper nice clean tone is more difficult, I think, than getting a distorted tone.
Yeah,
just my opinion, but
no, I would agree. So we have, who else have we got here? So Pete Harriet says, hi Tom, have a great time with Mike. Lee Chittix, how dare you, Dave Hand, talking about your reputation.
Yeah. What reputation? Who is this guy?
Yeah. Who do you think you are, sir? And Kat Lorentzen, is that the one?
Oh, hi,
Lorentzen?
Kat. Yeah.
Friend of yours?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, one of your best mates, yeah.
Ah, excellent.
Legend.
Oh, they love you. Right, so we talked plenty about guitar. I think it's time you showed us some of the shit that you can do, brah.
Okay, cool.
So,
what would you like to hear?
Well, I like to hear the things that make a guitarist their own unique style and persona. So, for example, everyone, a lot of guitarists know certain scales and things, but there's certain licks, there are certain inflections, there are those go-to phrases and things that when a guitarist sits up for sound check, their immediate,
Yeah.
this is what I go to, this is what I play, and it will tend to be the same thing almost every time. So what are your go-to licks?
Well, I usually play in E minor because it's just
so much easier.
One of those at sound check. Then it's kind of like the Dorian stuff. I live a lot around there, really.
Mm-hmm.
And I use like drunken bends. I think that's what I think they are. So instead of just playing notes straight, kind of bend the notes slightly as you play them. So
Okay.
that sort of thing.
It's really subtle but really nice.
Yeah, it's kind of a Richie Blackmore thing, I think.
Yeah.
But it just makes it interesting, and kind of slowing down and speeding up is quite cool. So like that sort of thing, something like that. That's quite cool, and I do like the good Slash impression, if you like.
Go on then.
So you've got the that kind of stuff.
Cool.
Which is just the and you can like change the note at the end, so you can go. You know, it can get a bit messy sometimes, but you know, yeah.
Lee's just said, now you've got sexier again.
I've redeemed myself.
You have. Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, and just stuff like that, really. I like, what else do I do? Like legato stuff. I'm really into that. Kind of like Warren DeMartini style.
Come on then, let's see it.
That sort of stuff. Double pentatonic. I mean, it's all pentatonic stuff, really. That's my thing. It just sounds good.
You do play in a lot of. I've watched some of your because you put up little videos of yourself playing and stuff, and you do like to use a lot of interesting scales as well, don't you?
Yes, I've recently done like a series of licks, if you like, that are using superimposition stuff. So it's where you take.
Let's have a look.
It's where you take. So we're in E minor. You can do an E minor 9 sound by playing G major 7 over an E minor backing track.
Oh, okay.
So instead of just being, I mean, the 9 is a really nice, colourful note anyway. This is my jazz crap, I think.
Go for it. Jazz crap us all to oblivion.
So there's a 9 there. Sort of highlighting that 9 is really nice.
Yeah, that is.
And you can kind of bend back up to the note as well. I think that's something I do a little bit as well.
Yeah.
It's kind of think of the note you're going to there, and then go back 1 fret and bend up to it. That's quite nice.
Ah.
That sort of stuff. That's quite cool.
That's awesome.
You can do like double bends. It's quite hard on the D string.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I don't know why I did that. Yeah. Big vibrato. I like big vibrato. So instead of the bluesy one, like kind of rip your face off. That sort of stuff.
Yeah, you want your string to be actually going to the top of the fretboard and the bottom.
Yeah.
Like you're trying to flick a bogey off your finger.
Yeah.
So what about your because you obviously you're well known in the covers band circuit. You're often seen various places, either standing in for people or playing with your own covers band and everything. But you do originals bands as well, don't you?
Yes, I've 2 at the moment. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I've got HeKz, which is the progressive metal outfit. I've been at a band for 9 years now. My longest ever thing in music, really. It's quite a long time.
It's scary, isn't it, when you actually look back and realise how long you've been in a band?
Yeah. I think of where I was at that time. I think, my God, that's a long time ago. Yes, we do. We've done 3 albums already, written 3 albums and recorded them, released out on Spotify. You know, if you're feeling bored, check out HeKz on Spotify. It's cool.
And that's spelt in a certain way, isn't it?
Yeah, HeKz.
Cool.
So it doesn't actually spell hex. It kind of spells HeKz.
HeKz.
HeKz. Yeah.
That's
but there's,
fine. You're allowed a bit of artistic license.
There's like a grime MC called HeKz with an X. So I think that's why they called it something different.
Yeah.
Because it's like completely different styles of music. You know?
Yeah, it's not the kind of thing you want to get confused, is it?
Yes, that's really good. We've done some really good shows and things. It's it's really honed my chops, if you like, being in that band, because it's not easy music to play.
I was going to say that
really isn't.
There's certain genres of music, isn't there, that if you suck, you are going to fall rapidly pretty quickly, and especially prog. I mean, like really decent prog. It some of the stuff's just out of this world. Yeah.
I mean, a lot of the stuff is Matt or whoever wrote the song will say it's in 7, or this bit's in 7, then it's in 15, and then 3 here and then 4 there. And you think, I just generally learn the sound of it. I think we all do, really. Kind of learn the sound. See if I can play a riff.
Yeah, go on.
That. Hashashin, it's called.
Hashashin?
And this is, Hashashin, yeah.
Is it a...
Hashashin, yeah.
I thought it was a tribute to Sean Connery or something. Hashashin.
Hashashin. It is now.
There we go.
Yeah. So this one, it was one of the first. It was on the first album, and it's one of the first tracks that I thought, what the hell is going on here? You know, and it's just I learned the sound of it rather than, and I just repeat over and over again to try and get the sound, and I'll try not to mess it up now.
No pressure.
So it's like da 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 all over the place, sort of thing.
Yeah. So, because I've always found I've really struggled with I'm a numbers man, so I find as long as someone tells me what the time signatures are, then I can cope. But I'd always really struggle listening to sort of various, like when I first sort of listened to Rush and something like Tom Sawyer, because I didn't understand what the timings were. Hearing it all thrown together, I was just like, what the hell is going on? But as soon as someone goes, oh, this bit's in 7, this bit's in this, then I was like, I can sit there and count and go, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Oh,
you just see
That's
me mouthing that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. I can never do it by ear. So did you find it's always been easier by ear for you?
Yeah. There are some sections where I think, right, it's University, which is 5, or we have was it Pineapple, which is 3.
Excellent.
Apple is 2.
Can I recommend for a 4? A good 4 is Finger My Bum.
Oh yes. Right.
Yeah, Finger My Bum works on so many things. Like, I tried to. I use it with students. It's not the best. My students are adults and friends, so I'm not gonna. We won't go there. But no, for example, like the start of Rock and Roll by Led Zeppelin. Like people can never understand where the 1 is at that intro. So I think is it right if you go finger my bum, finger my bum, finger my bum, bum 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 bum, and then you're in the song.
That's great.
Yeah. So bum is your number 1 count. So finger my bum. There's your first beat of the bar.
Ah, nice.
So yeah,
that's a good thing. Yeah, I like that.
And
I've learnt something.
Yeah, and it also works with Santana. I think She's Not There. You know that bum 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 bum, bum bum.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so you got finger my bum, in my bum, finger my bum, into my bum. So see, perfect.
Awesome.
And it just flows so nicely. So there, as you are a very talented music teacher, I shall hope you will pass on that golden turd of knowledge. If in doubt, finger your bum. That's the...
excellent. That's the new motto for the day. I love it.
I did ask Tom beforehand, as he actually has students who might be watching this, is it okay to go down this road? And he's like, yeah, it's fine. So, excellent.
Yeah, there we go. It's too late now. We've gone down it.
Yeah, we're done. We're all scraping the gutter already.
Yeah.
So, I'd like to hear, because what are some of the parts in your prog band that you would consider Because I always found writing prog is easier than, say, learning someone else's. Because you're actually there at the inception of it, so you can go, yeah, let's do this silly bit, and now this silly bit, and this silly bit. But is there any particular parts of that you find are still a real challenge now?
Where to begin?
Thank you, Paul Jenkins. Finger my bum, genius.
Nice. I guess Tracina is slightly tricky. You have to be on the ball, that one.
Yeah.
It's a song, off the latest album. So it's in, I think it's in 15/8 or 13/8.
What a wonderful timing.
Yeah, so da 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 da. But I just learnt the sound again.
Yeah.
So it's,
nice.
it's like, what's going on there? And you just kind of have to learn the sound.
That Ascension up's really nice. That sounds
That's
awesome.
cool. So you got a bit of hybrid picking in there as well. That's tricky as well to get that nice and smooth. There's a song called The Black Hand, which is actually 15 minutes long, so I won't play all that.
You've any band's got to have their kind of magnum opus at some point, haven't they?
Yeah. We do that at rehearsal, and I'm like, oh God, I've got to play this one again. It's so long. But then you start playing, you think, actually, it's really, really cool.
Yeah.
I do enjoy playing this.
What about solo-wise? How do you find? Is there any? What do you write? Any solos for this band?
Yeah. I write all my own solos. And there's The Black Hand again is a weird one. I probably won't do it much justice without the music. Like, it's just, it doesn't really do much justice without the music, but it's kind of like,
no, some nice
it's a really weird
there,
solo. Oh, thanks. Yeah, it's a really weird solo. And it was me and Al, who's the other guitarist, and we didn't want to do it. Neither of us wanted that one. We'd got, like, even solo had like 5 apiece in the album. There was just one left. We were like, no, you have it. No, you have it. No, it's okay. I've got 5 already. You can have 6. And we were just trying to pass it off. So in the end, we did like 2 bars each. So on the record you hear, I think it's Al first, then me, then Al, then me. And I was like, okay, but it still doesn't solve who's going to play it when we do it live.
Both.
He managed to pass it off for me, so I do the whole thing live.
Oh.
Bastard. Yeah.
Excellent.
But it's kind of come together. I kind of, at the first I was really struggling with where the phrasing is and stuff like that. But yeah, it's just a weird one. That's probably the weirdest solo we've got.
I'm gonna have to check your stuff out because I've never actually heard you guys. Yeah. So I should go on a listening binge on the morrow, I think.
Oh, cool.
So what is? Here we go. We're gonna really go for it now.
Blimey.
Yeah. So I want to know what is the hardest lick or run or anything that you know that maybe took you ages and ages to get the hang of. What was your nemesis?
I recently did a video which took me a long time. I've been working on this solo for like, I don't know, 6+ months.
Jesus.
It's just I don't know. It just didn't click with me for ages, and it's I'm still not convinced I've got it totally right, but I'll give it a go.
No one will know. It's fine.
It's by Rat, and it's Warren DeMartini.
Oh yeah.
And it's just this diminished. Oh, it's the whole thing really. But mainly the start bit. So it's a. But it's just the speed of the whole thing. So it's like a. Which wasn't completely right that time, but you know, I just let the camera on. I was going into the video. So that's it. I did it. That'll do.
Excellent.
You know, but it's just this big stretchy. It's just kind of the phrasing as well. That's a tricky one. It's just the kind of ascension. And then you got to swap fingers over. It's just like, oh, why is he doing that, you know? But I think learning other people's stuff is just the hardest thing, because you're trying to emulate their style, which is really alien. So that's the most recent, really, really difficult thing, which I probably haven't done much justice there, but you know.
No, that's fine. What about your most all-time favourite? Just one of those one of those solos that you play that from one of your favourite artists that you just love and adore to the ends of the earth.
I've got to think now.
If you've got to think that hard, you don't love it enough.
Yeah. Well, I surprisingly enough, I'd still love that solo there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess maybe some Maiden stuff.
Oh, yeah.
There's one lick in 2 Minutes to Midnight. Yeah. That one, it's just a really nice, well put together solo. I did learn at one point, but I've just totally forgotten.
Oh, is that on the bit where it's just changing between solos?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Yes. Something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maiden question. Adrian Smith, Dave Murray or Yannick Gears, who is the favourite?
Adrian Smith.
Ah, good boy.
Yeah, because his vibrato, it's all about and he's a very percussive player. Oh no, I tell you what, one of my all-time favourite Adrian Smith solos is on Live After Death. It's Dance of Death, that song. Oh my god, the solo on that is just superb.
I haven't heard that one.
Yeah, that's so good. I'll try and play some of it.
Yeah, go for it.
Kind of like a... What a lick! It's such a good lick.
It's such a. Have you seen some of the clips of when Maiden are sort of warming up, and Adrian Smith's thing is to warm up to like Stevie Ray Vaughan?
Oh yeah.
And
it's just awesome.
I love his playing, especially on like one of my favourite Maiden albums is Somewhere in Time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because he did a hell of a lot of the songwriting and a lot of the lead on that, and especially in, I think it's like one of the songs, Seas of Madness.
Yeah.
Where he'll just hit like these, when he hits a certain high note, it's just got this real ringing, slightly harmonic, but not like a full squeal. And it's just the way he hits it and pulls it. It's so epically beautiful. It's absolutely fantastic. I love him as a guitarist. Definitely an underrated player. Absolutely.
Definitely, yeah. Just the tone on the album as well was awesome.
Yeah.
And it's so 80s, and it's just great.
Absolutely. So we've had Chim Jones said, my nemesis was Mark Knopfler's solo from On Every Street. I think I nearly broke Tom with him trying to teach me that.
I remember that one, Tim. That was great. Yeah, I've got the tab for that somewhere. I have to relearn that one. It's great.
Are you a fan of Knopfler?
Yes, amazing player.
I tell you what, have you ever heard an album called Neck and Neck? It's
I haven't, no.
Mark Knopfler and Chet Atkins.
Oh my god.
Playing together. Oh mate, it's phenomenal. And they're singing together as well, but as they're jamming, they're chatting as well. So they're sort of like playing the song, playing all these really tricky licks, and he's like, right, I got something for you here. Plays this like stonking lick, and they're like, oh, come on. Just while they're just playing away. It's disgusting.
Amazing. I'll have to check it out.
It's really a fantastic album. It's got a nice mix of everything, sort of that sort of bluesy style, real country licks, and all the different picking styles and everything. It's really, really good.
Awesome.
Jess has said, surely a Jason Hook solo?
Yeah. Well, I'm working on one at the moment. It's Jess knows me too well.
It's like she's been going out with you or something.
Maybe. Yeah. We have got the same brain, so you know that's what it is.
That's handy.
I can't do the picking bit as quick as he can do it, but it's just a really nice. And it's that kind of thing all the way up. And he does this really cool thing, which is a really nice tap.
Nice.
And it's the it's kind of when he bends up to the note, and then so there's the pitch you want, but you're going just below it, and then it's really, really awesome. So it's like just so much aggression and attitude in that.
Oh, I love styles like that. It's but just little inklings like that into a player's style, and just that little bit of playing that makes it shine, doesn't it? It's great.
Yeah.
So we've had Paul Jenkins said / World on Fire.
Yeah, probably can't do the solo for that because it's stupid.
Is that / his solo stuff?
Yes, yeah. So it's the second album, I think. Yeah, it's really good. It's really, really good. It's really well written songs. Miles Kennedy and vocals as well.
Oh, you can't
go wrong with it.
Yeah, I was going to say.
No. And Todd Kearns, the bass player, have you heard him do harmonies before?
No, I haven't.
It's just he hits all the crazy high stuff, just like I'm talking to you now, and he does the same live as well. Absolutely, mate. You've got to check him out if you don't know.
I hate talented people. They make me sick.
Because you think like old Miles Kennedy must be doing the overdubs for that, the high stuff, but it's not. It's a bass player because he does exactly the same live, and it's oh my god, superb.
That's insane. I'll definitely have to.
I'll see if I can play the riff though.
Go for it.
Etc. Something like that.
That's cool. That's a really good riff.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Me like it that very much. Jess has just said, what about Line in the Sand? You know what you've turned into? You've turned into a performing monkey now.
I know. Yeah, I somehow knew this would happen.
You're like the riff jukebox.
Yeah, Line in the Sand. I need a different guitar for that one.
Do you?
So my series just turned on, I think. Or was that yours?
No, I haven't got one.
Oh.
I'm not rock and roll enough.
Yeah, no, I need a different guitar for that one because it's all tuned different.
Sorry, Jess.
Sorry.
He's disappointed us. He's he's disappointed you. But what's more important, he's disappointed himself. So how are you going to live with that one?
Not the first time. So.
No, why spoil the habit of a lifetime?
That's right.
So what about? I would like to see, because I know one of the things I've noticed about your playing is you're very, very precise and very controlled. How do you? No, it's a very obvious observation for us all. So how do you get to that? Is it just regular practice, or is there a certain sort of strategy involved when you want to get? Because obviously you get a lot of players. Some of their style is a bit kind of, shall we say, scrappy, as a word. But you do seem to have immense control when you play. So how has your playing always been along those lines, or is that something that's increased as time goes on?
Well, there's one man who's responsible for that, and his name is Martin Goulding.
Well done, Martin. Thank you.
Yes, the best heavy metal and rock, and also jazz and bebop and everything between teacher in the country.
That's just greedy.
Yeah.
Got to leave something for everyone else.
Yeah. But he specialises in metal and hard rock, and everything that is right about my technique is what he taught me, and everything that's wrong is what I still do, you know. But the way that he was like a boot camp instructor, so you'd go up to his lessons, sit there for an hour, and he'd give you a sheet which would be, say, legato. So he'd have the four techniques: so legato, sweeping, tapping, and picking. And like lots of exercises for those, but the one he'd start you off with would be and do that on the next string set and the next one, and you start 60 BPM, and then you just sit there and the more he talked at you, the more you were doing wrong. And you stay on that same sheet until you could do all of it flawlessly at 120.
Bloody
and
hell.
then only then you would move on to the next one.
That's a
So
good
you'd
teaching
spend,
method.
yeah, it's amazing. And you got it right when you sat down, and he was sort of looking over at you a bit, and then he was sorting out emails, and you think, right, I'm getting a new sheet today, and lo and behold, out of the printer came the next level. Ah, yes.
Was that the of approval?
Yes, that was like, he was like looking at you, and yep, it's good.
Okay, cool.
Yep. So when you had a silent half an hour, you knew you were getting a new sheet, and that was a glorious day. And it went on like that for like 3 years, I think. So when I was 19 to the end of the degree, really. So maybe 3-4 years.
Oh, so he was your teacher throughout the degree?
He's my private teacher, yeah.
Ah.
Yeah, I went all the way out to his house in Acton, and long journey, but my God, it was worth it. You know?
Yeah.
And he just came to me when I was in college, when I was 19. I just because he had modules for all the styles, so like blues module, funk module, and in the rock and metal module, he was the teacher. And after one lesson, he just sort of pulled me aside and went, "You're good, but I can make you phenomenal. Get your phone out, take my number. You're having lessons from me." I went, okay.
Stick with me, kid. We'll go places.
And he's basically taught me all that I need to know about rock and metal music.
Cool.
So but yes, it's very disciplined. I'm not sure I could be so disciplined now, but at the time I was younger, which helps, I think, and I was in the mindset of study. Yeah. So I sit down every night with my metronome, timer on for 5 minutes, 60 BPM of, that for 5 minutes, and then 5 minutes of this one. And then, you do like an hour's practice, and he'd have other exercises in there as well. And that's pretty much it. So I didn't know any songs. I didn't know any repertoire, really. People asked me to play at jam night. I could play you exercises, but I haven't really got anything else.
Do you know legato in E minor? Right,
yeah,
okay.
That's right,
Let's go.
Yeah. It's like, play me something. Okay, I can play you. It's like, is that by the Beatles? No. It's just, it's what I know. It's my repertoire.
Yeah, it's by me.
Yeah.
It's by sheet number 1A. All right. Yeah. As you've started to do some proper widdly shit, I want you to play me the most impressive widdly shit that you know. Come on, Tom. I expect great things from you.
It's putting me on the spot. Okay.
Something that's going to make us all just shit our pants.
That's a tapping lick, pentatonic tapping lick.
Nice.
It's kind of popped out one day. This one as well. Another tapping
I
thing.
like that one. That's cheeky.
Yeah. I guess I like the legato stuff. That sort of stuff.
That's sexy.
I can't really do picking all that well, but I'll give it a go. That kind of Ingwe pattern is quite useful.
Oh, especially at the end there.
Yeah.
Nice bit of palm muting goes a long way.
Yeah.
All right, so you've done a cheeky, you've done sexy, and I'd say that you've done aggressive. Let's go for sadness.
Sadness, okay.
Give me sadness, Tom. Come on. Good touch at the end. Nice. Like it. Okay, so we've done sadness. Let's go for flamboyant.
Ooh.
So we're probably going to have to go to your covers band for this, aren't we? If we're going to go.
Yes, that's true. Yeah.
You're on stage. You do wear a wig, don't you? Because even though your hair is big, it's not quite big enough. Okay, so we got
to wear extensions sometimes. So.
Good man. So we have wig. We've got spandex. We've got guitar in the air. There's fireworks going off. If only. How cool would that be?
Just a little sparkler.
Yeah. Catherine wheel on the cock like wasp.
Nice. Oh, yes. Here we go.
Yeah, apart from the fact it blew his cock off, so not always not a great thing to do. But so I want full flamboyance, stadium rock, tear your face off. That's what we're going for. Come on.
Okay, I need some delay for this, I think.
Perfect ending. Good, man. Well done. Good. It seems you are multiversed in when it comes to the emotions of the guitar.
It's like being a session musician. Do purple. Go on, make it purple.
Okay, I want to hear greed.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Just like,
Just give me more.
Yeah, all that bollocks. Who knows? You just make it up, and if you're pretentious enough, people will believe it.
That's right, yeah.
No, that's awesome, man. Your playing skills are magnifique.
Oh, thank you very much. Try my best. I have to say it's difficult at the moment because I find like playing live really helps me to stay sharp, as I'm sure everyone does.
Yeah.
So it's really hard to be like on the top of your game when you're just playing to this guy.
Oh.
But he's awesome.
He is gorgeous, isn't he?
Or I should say she's awesome.
Is it she? Hang on a minute. I remember the film. His name was Gizmo. It wasn't Gizmolina. So, question for you. So, when you say about say like playing gigs and everything keeps you sharp, do you find though that over time, if you, I found this, if you gig loads, you don't always, you still need that time to sit back and actually reassess your playing, because when you've got like loud amps and everything, and you're in the moment and you're shredding away, sometimes when you actually go back and record yourself, you're like, that wasn't quite as good as I remember. Well, that might just be us.
No.
And then you have to,
definitely like that.
Yeah, and then you have to sit down and actually sort of work back at what you're playing and tighten up a bit more.
Yeah.
Oh, good, it's not just me then.
No. Yeah, you just think, because I think when you're in the moment, the adrenaline's flowing and stuff like that, you kind of hear it better in your head.
Yeah.
When you play, you think, it was really good, really loved it, and then you come away and you think, watch a video, and think that's not very good at all,
I'm like that with singing.
Yeah.
You're sitting there belting out and you think, yeah, it's so great, and you listen back like, I obviously couldn't hear myself very well.
Happens to the best of us, I think.
I think so, yeah. It's rock and roll, we'll just put it down to that. It's nice.
Yeah.
It's a good excuse.
Yeah. I think the best one of those I've ever had was the first album launch party for HeKz. And it was, my first album, we had balloons and everything like this flying out the stage. It was awesome, really, really good. Hired out the hall. It was our own gig kind of thing. So we're obviously having a few beers before the show, trying to be rock and roll.
How many?
When I'm there, I don't know. Only takes about 3 for me, to be fair. So
You're easy.
Yeah.
You're a cheap date.
Cheap date, yeah. So we went on the stage, and me and Al were playing this harmony stuff, and I was ripping this song. I thought it was really good, awesome gig. Watched the video footage back, and every note's like not in time, and it's really sloppy. I'm like, oh god, that's terrible, isn't it? So lesson learned: don't drink before you do a gig anymore. So have maybe one beer to calm the nerves and all that sort of stuff. But yeah,
I've never understood how some of these like classic rock bands who could get absolutely munted off their tits on every powder, beverage, you name it, going, and still manage to go on stage and play, sometimes play a bit iffy, but the fact that they could even stand up was impressive.
Yeah, I mean, I guess at the end of the day, that's got to be building up a immunity to it, or a what is it you call it? Like when you get used to something, kind of thing, resistance to it.
Yeah, your body's natural level is coked up to the nines.
Yeah. Anything less, you're going to be rubbish on stage. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, excellent. So, So what plans have you got for the future once this whole lockdown thing lifts and you get back out there? Have you got did you have much booked with your prog band and everything?
Yeah, we had a fair few gigs, and we're working on the fourth album at the moment. So that was going to be. We should have recorded at least the drum tracks by now.
Mm.
If everything was back to normal. So that's on the cards, doing that. There's a new album with Leaf Hound as well, which is the original hard rock band I'm in. So that's on the cards as well.
Have you got any releases with those at the moment?
Not that I'm on, no.
Oh, okay.
There are other stuff because I only joined them last year.
Right.
So I've just done a few gigs with them, and then decided to do a new album maybe November last year. Thought that'd be cool to do that. And and so we've been working on it. We've got 3 songs in the kind of writing process. But we were going to have, like everyone else, I'm sure the momentum's kind of just gone.
Yeah.
So those 2 things are on the cards. 2 new albums, that'd be good.
Sweet.
Yeah, I'm tentatively getting into writing library and production music as well. At the moment, because I'm thinking it'd be good to branch out a bit,
Definitely.
So yeah, and now's the time to learn how to use all the software and stuff like that. So I've been doing that a bit, listening to some soundtracks, doing my homework and things like that. I'd love to get into it, or at least try to anyway, because I know it's really hard to get into really competitive industry.
If you can find a good company to write for, then who treats you like a friend of mine actually who's coming on next Thursday. He is a producer composer for Alibi Music in America, and they're a really great company and they've got lots of good people who work for them. But yeah, it's one thing, especially like their time schedules for having to knock things out can be really intense.
Yeah,
so it'll be like, we've had a call, we need a track made up now and we need it by the end of the day. And like everyone just piles in and the speed that these guys can write at is just unbelievable. I don't know how easy you find songwriting. I know for me it takes a while.
It's not easy.
No.
I've been working on one little like synth arpeggio, kind of like Daft Punk style thing.
Oh, okay.
Just think, I'll try something like that. And I've been doing it for the last 3 days. I'm like, no, it's not ready yet. Yeah. This is one track, so I have a long way to go. But it's going to be fun getting there, I think, really.
Awesome. So Pecco Palula has said play Paranoid.
Okay.
Go on, Tom.
I've been requested.
And you even do do it properly as well. Not the lazy ass way that everyone else just like, we can't be asked to play it up there. We'll play it on the 7th on the A string instead. It's just easy.
Yeah, I used to do that, but then I saw Tony Iommi do it up there. I was like, that's where it's supposed, because it sounds just a little bit more beefy up there, doesn't it?
And also it's probably easier for him to keep an eye on his fingers.
True. Yeah.
Yeah. Make sure the tips don't fall off.
Yeah. Just the tip.
Just the tip. Just the tip's all you need. All right, dude. Well, I would like to thank you very, very much for joining me this evening. It's been an absolute treat and really nice to actually get to see, because the trouble is I never get to see your gigs when you're playing live because I was always gigging as well.
Yeah, likewise, yeah.
So it's nice to actually see what you are capable of.
Well, thank you very much for having me. It's been a pleasure as well.
So what were the bands we need to check out? So it's HeKz, spelt how is it again?
HeKz.
Excellent. So Leaf Hound, you are not
Leaf
on.
Hound.
We can get an idea of what they are and what we are.
Yeah, there's some live videos out there on the interwebs on the on YouTube. I think there's one. It's called Broodstock from last July in Italy, and that was my first gig with him. So I'm wearing a nice red flannel shirt, ripped jeans, going for the proper classic hard rock look.
Good man. What's your? Do you have? So you have a YouTube as well?
Yeah. I think it was actually fan videos that put up on YouTube, or the organisers of the festival. But if you just type in Leaf Hound Broodstock, that's Brudstock, it should come up.
Excellent.
There we go.
And Mr. Pecco Palula has also said, I'm from Finland, and that's what we always say to anyone who plays the guitar.
Oh, awesome.
Makes a change from Stairway to Heaven.
It does, yeah.
Yeah.
It certainly does.
Right, Tom,
Nice one.
thank you very much. Anything else you'd like to say before you go?
No, it's just been a pleasure talking to you and chilling out and playing some stuff. And yeah, nice one. Thanks
Bless
for
you,
having
dear
me.
boy. Right. Give my love to the lovely Jess, who is downstairs.
I will do.
Excellent. And I shall see you, hopefully, out on the road very soon.
Yes,
So
definitely, man.
thank you very much, everyone, for tuning
Bye,
in.
everyone. Thanks for watching.
Yeah, we'll do the, was it, bye-bye, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
All right, everyone. Take care, and we'll see you all soon. All the best.